Hey, what's up, YouTube? Troy Devlin here. Thank you so much for tuning in. In this video, I have a question for the audience, and I think I know what the answer is. But what do you think? Can music create or be a catalyst for emotional response? In other words, do you ever hear a song and feel a certain way as a result of hearing that song? And I would be willing to bet that for many of us, we have songs that we associate with certain emotions. I know there are songs that sort of pump me up when I go to the gym. I know that whenever I hear the song, or I tend to associate the Bone Thugs and Harmony song, Crossroads, I associate that one with like funerals and death. And so if music can have this type of an effect on us, should we be careful about the type of messages maybe that we're getting through the music, or should we be careful about the types of music that we're listening to, or is there a way that we can maybe use this in a positive way to help us? And so I don't have the answers. I'm not an expert. I'm just asking the question. If music has the ability to affect us that much, should we be mindful? And at the end of the day, that's kind of the approach that I tend to recommend as a coach, a mindful approach. Should we be mindful in our use of music and how we apply it to our lives? And a gentleman I met a while ago, his name was John Bellinger. He was a drill sergeant. He came up to me one day and he looked me in the eye and he said, be careful what you're listening to. He says, that some of the messages in these songs these days, he said, and you know what? I think the guy was right. There's something about it, and I feel like it can be used for good, but one should take a mindful approach to the songs that we listen to, because that is a way of imprinting on our sort of subconscious. And so we sometimes get these themes playing in the background of our mind, and then they're playing there and we're not focusing on them. And if it's a negative theme that's playing in the background of your mind, then that can't be a good thing. So I think that's just something to be mindful of. But also, if we get energy. Remember how I said that certain songs pump me up when I go to the gym, and I know that there's other people who feel the same way. So if we can feel that energy from a song, then I thought we could only get energy from food. So what's that about, right? And I think what that shows us is that if music can nourish us in such a way to provide us with energy, just like we had an energy drink or we consumed some food, then maybe we should look at how we consume food, right? Because we could talk about nutrition and what nourishes us, and very clearly we get energy or nourishment from music, and that's only one thing. But how many other things are there, right? Are there things that maybe excite us or that we're passionate about that give us that sort of that energy or that nourishment? Are there those things in life besides food? And there are, and you know that there are. But maybe it helps us to crowd out some of the noise that access to modern processed food creates. Crowd that out with other things that nourish us. And what I'm talking about is the concept of sort of primary and secondary foods. Things that nourish you, it's all nutrition, but it's not all on the plate. And the food on the plate, maybe we could look at those as being secondary foods, right? The things that really nourish us are things like our relationships and, our goals, things we're passionate about. And, right, something as silly as music, right? But I ask you to consider that in your travels, because sometimes I feel food has too much power over us. And one of the ways that we can take our power back is to sort of reframe how we think about food. So what if food was secondary and everything else was primary? And we could put things in perspective that way. And it's just one way of looking at things. It's sort of like it's like a little hack. There's many ways to go about it. And if you're in a place where you're struggling to lose weight, just know that there is help. You can do it. And I'm confident you will do it. And we support you. Look forward to speaking with y'all soon. Thanks for watching.